He said, so you want to make sure that your people are introducing people to a person to explain this in a way that makes it an easy decision to make. He said, Kelton, I know what you're probably thinking, and your wheels are probably turning right now. But let me keep you on track from a business sense so you don't get stuck being a product salesman, software salesman. Okay. He said, although there's a place for consideration of the product of the business, Kelton, if you want to get wealthy to the point you have time and money freedom, you need to convey the product of our business with an investment mindset. I said, explain that, Bob. He said, no problem. Show people how to get a return on the investment into our product and video distribution business. See, that's our advantage over YouTube and the average person or company that uses video. See, they don't have a platform that distributes video through channels like a cable company or a television network. Our advantage is just like LinkedIn, Facebook, or Instagram, our platform leverages people who are getting paid through the free channels of emails, social media inboxes, and smartphone texts while communicating more effectively at the same time. For example, let's say a person with a nice and fun business, or a person looking for something to put cash into that's no risk and all reward, buys the concept I just described to you, and they value the business of the product. So they invest $14.99. Well, an investor wants to know how the cash flows, right? I said, sure do, Bob. He said, okay. All you have to do is show them that the difference in picking the pro package to earn over 10 times more money from customers over the same time frame that they would over the $99 video email only package, and over 5 times more money from customers over the same time frame than they would over the $249 video suite package. So that way, they know how to make their best decision. Which usually only comes down to timing. So now we see why we're doing this business and why we have the best product value. So now let's look at the ultimate value, creating an income with it. You ready? I said, coach on, Bob. He said, now the first way we get paid is called a fast start bonus, which is also known as a commission on the sales we personally make on a product package that someone buys when we refer them to the leader who explains the product in the business for us. I said, okay. So when they purchase one of our product packages, we earn 10% of the amount they pay, and we get the money instantly within 3 minutes of the sale. So for every $99 video email package you sell, you will earn $10. For every $249 video suite package you sell, you'll earn $25. And for every $1,499 pro package you sell, you will earn $150. So this is the first way we get paid. Here we see how the tree begins from the very first 2 people you sign up, Kelton. One on the left side, beginning of a team, and one on the right side, beginning of a team. Now, when that foundation is laid, that's the first part of the pattern called team builder, which means you become qualified to earn team commissions. Now, in this example, based on the pro package sales, you earn $300 in your bank account within 3 minutes based on a $150 commission on those 2 sales. Now, if they were video suite packages, it would be $25 for each one of them. And if they were 2 video email only packages, it would be $10 each. So here you earn either 300, 50, or 20. Now, here's the question. By way of these team commissions from the team builder position, how much of a percentage from the points accumulated by products purchased, called personal sales volume or PSV, that comes from not only those first two people we personally introduced, but by the group sales volume accumulated by all the people after those first two personally introduced people in multiples of 2, then 4, then 8, then 16, and so on and so on. I just don't have enough room on the screen to write out all those circles. But to unlimited levels. Here's the question. Would you want 10% of that total amount or 20% of that total amount to be paid to you by team commissions? I said, I see why you're a billionaire, Bob. You love to ask no-brainer questions. 20%. He said, here's another question. Does LinkedIn, Facebook, or Instagram pay you for the people connected to your content? I said, no. Bob said, whoop, there it is. He said, Kelton, in this example, there are 1,000 group sales volume points accumulated from products bought on the left side of the coaching tree, and 2,500 group sales volume points accumulated from products bought on the right side of the coaching tree. So what the computer does by multiples of 100 sales volume points is match that 1,000 group sales volume points on the left with 1,000 of the 2,500 group sales volume points accumulated on the right. Now, 10% of the paid group sales volume of 1,000 points is $100 paid to you, and 20% of the 1,000 group sales volume points is $200 paid to you. Now, whichever one you qualify for, based on either 40 points or 400 points from your personal sales, the computer pays your bank account within 3 minutes of the calculation, and the remaining 1,500 unpaid sales volume points from the right gets carried forward. Does that make sense? I said, yep, it makes sense. So let's try one more. In this example, there are 5,000 group sales volume points accumulated from products bought on the left side of the coaching tree, and 5,000 group sales volume points accumulated from products bought on the right side of the coaching tree. Once again, what the computer does by multiples of 100 sales volume points, it matches that 5,000 on the left with 5,000 on the right. 10% of the paid volume of 5,000 points on the left is $500 paid to you instantly. And 20% of that 5,000 points is $1,000 paid to you instantly. And the computer would pay your bank account within 3 minutes of the calculation. Got it? I said, yep. Bob, once again, that's simple money math, sir. He said, Kelton, since we want to earn 20% of the sales volume of our team commissions, in order to meet those one-time qualifications of 400 personal sales volume points left and right, based on our personal sales, the math is simple. Since we know that the sales volume points earned is 40 points on a video email only package. The sales volume points earned is 200 points on a video suite package. And the sales volume points earned is 600 points on a pro package. Here's the question. Would we rather it take 10 personal, video, email only sales on each side of the tree for a total of 20? Or would we rather it take just 2 video suite sales on each side of the tree for a total of 4 combined, because those packages earn 200 points each? Or would we rather it just take 1 pro package sale on each side of the tree for a total of just 2 combined? I said I'd rather it take just 2 or 4 rather than 20. Bob said a smart man has a smart plan. Bob said, okay, Kelton, now that I've shown you the first step of our instant pay in 3 minutes compensation plan, which is you earning fast start bonuses from the initial sales of the first 2 products, and I've shown you how to calculate the points that you get paid on in the tree, known as sales volume. Now I'm going to show you the second step of our instant pay in 3 minutes compensation plan, which is how the team commissions are paid on those points. This means we're starting to earn from passive sales volume. We're earning income by the 1% off 100 people way of making money, just like the Rockefellers or Warren Buffett, instead of the 100% off of one person making money, like the 9-to-5 workers or the independent contractors do. You ready? I said, ready, willing, and able, Bob. He said, now remember that we learned that team commissions mean being paid based on the points from 2 sales equaling 1 commission? I said, yes. Now, no matter where that sale occurs on the tree, left, middle, up, down, or right on either side, the computer calculates each side by increments of 100 sales volume points or higher. By the side of the tree with the lesser volume, so let's say this side, everybody was buying video email products. You know, the $99 one time and $10 a month, that's 40 sales volume points. But over here, people were buying the pro product, which is 600 sales volume points. So from this initial person and this initial person, 4 more people bought. But let's say they all bought the highest package over here, 2,400 points, and the lowest package over here, which is 1,600 points. So the lesser volume leg is this one. So what it would do, it would pay out on 1,600 points. So 1,600 points would be subtracted from this 2,400 over here. So you would be paid on 1,600, and let's say you were paid 20% of that. That would be another $320. And the remaining 800 points left over would carry over. It would stay here until matched by another 800 points over here. And then 800 times 20% would be another $160, I assume. My math is correct. So you've been paid 300, you've been paid 120 from the first two. Then from these other four, you were paid another 320. Is that right? Plus this 160 from the 800 points left over. So 120, 320, and 160. $600 in team commissions, even though you only made 2 sales yourself. But the thing is, none of this can be predicted. See, why is the other side of the tree called the bank leg? And the other side of the tree is called the power leg. Well, the lesser volume is called the power leg. And the higher volume tree of the tree is called the bank leg. Because the bank leg matches the amount of money in the power leg. I said that's easy to understand, Bob. Okay. Now, let's talk about how we also get paid on recurring income. What is recurring income? I'm glad you asked. It's the third step of this compensation plan. Now, the business builders and the customers both provide recurring income. So Bob said, Kelton, the renewal of monthly subscriptions to the product earns sales volume points just like the initial purchases of the product. This way, you continue to get paid on that sale even after you've done the work once. That's what recurring income is. It's like a spring-loaded faucet in a public bathroom with the button always pressed down so the water keeps flowing. Now, the point values on monthly subscriptions is 25 points on the Pro and Video Suite packages, and 5 points for the video email only package. So here's a no-brainer planning question, Kelton. Since we now know we need a minimum of a combination of 100 sales volume points, left and right, to earn the 20% of that amount on team commissions, as well as on monthly plans, the question is, would we rather it take 8 combined people, 4 right and 4 left, or 40 combined people? Because it's 20 left and 20 right. I said, I'd rather it only take me 8 combined people than 40. Bob said, once again, a smart man with a smart plan. Now, at this point, God started talking to me about patterns again. He said in Exodus 25 and 40, see to it that you make everything according to the pattern shown you on the mountain. In Hebrews 8 and 5, it says, the place where they serve is a copy and shadow of what is in heaven. This is why Moses was warned when he was about to build the tabernacle. See to it that you make everything according to the pattern shown you on the mountain. Bob said, here's the pattern, Kelton. Kelton, you build this for the person listening to this. In other words, the person with the credibility, the relatability, introduces you, the top leader, to the people he knows so he can leverage your ability to explain what we do. So let's look at the pattern of team builder to team leader. Two people that find two people. Now, each one of these second two people, what do they want? They want the top leader to do for them what he did for the first level two people, which is find them two people, which is get 10 hours a week contributing to their incomes. Which is 1.6 hours a day, by the way. Which is 20 hours part-time contributing to their incomes on the first floor, 40 hours contributing to their income part-time on the second floor, 80 part-time hours contributing to their incomes on the third floor, which all based on 10 part-time hours from these first two team builders is 140 hours a week. Worth of time, even though you only contributed 10 part-time hours yourself. Now, the way this perpetual money machine functions is like a contractor constructs a building. Meaning, the process of this pattern is just like assembling a 6-floor building. Now, each floor are team builders of team leaders. Now, this essentially develops at 3 different rates. A once a month rate for slow and no momentum, a once a week rate for standard momentum, or once every 3 days or 72 hours for exciting momentum. Now, the rate at which this perpetual money machine is built depends on the ambitions and aspirations of each person, their coachability, and understanding the human nature of people. The good news is that's another lesson for another day. But here's a hint, Kelton. You ever heard of the California Gold Rush? I said, yes, Bob. And then I started thinking about my favorite football team, the San Francisco 49ers. Bob said, well, that training is called the Diamond Rush. I'll teach you that next time because this is where I teach people what they ought to know about this business, like a franchise guide. I said, franchise? Oh, I'm definitely looking forward to that lesson. He said, okay. Now, as this pattern happens, you and everybody else who want more hours contributing to their incomes get wealthier by leveraging the work of the top leader, in this case, which is you, who builds it for them. Why? Well, most people that aren't a professional at building a house hire these contractors to do it for them, right? So how much do they pay contractors to build their house? I said, way more than a $1,500 pro product, Bob. He said, good answer. So Bob said, let's take a look at your bank, Kelton. So the person listening to this introduces people to you, known as the top leader. That way they can leverage your knowledge. And you, as the top leader, can show their people how to assemble their perpetual money machines. And when they purchase one of those packages called the Pro, you get paid $150 here and $150 here. And when the second product package is purchased, it triggers the team commission to be paid because the 600 sales volume points from the first product that's bought from one side of the tree matches the 600 sales volume points from the product package bought from the other side of the tree. And those 600 points are calculated based on 20% of that 600. So the team commission here equals $120. So that means you've been paid 3 times from 2 transactions for a total of $420. $150 on the left, $150 on the right, and $120 for the team commission. 420. Now, as we see, we have also started constructing this perpetual money machine and the first floor of this building. Now, those 2 team builders start building their first floor of a fast start bonus and a team commission, which is your second floor. And the pattern continues of 2 that find 2. Team builder to team leader. As you can see, 2 more team commissions are paid to you because the 600 sales volume points earned from the product package that is bought from one side of the tree matches with the 600 sales volume points earned from the product package bought from the other side of the tree. So because the 600 sales volume points are calculated based on 20% of that 600, the team commission equals $120. From these 2 transactions and these 2 transactions. So based on the 20 hours worked from your first floor, 10 hours here, 10 hours here, which builds your second floor, which are these 2 team commissions, 10 hours here, 10 hours here, 10 hours here, and 10 hours here. That equals $240. $120 plus $120. Total team commissions paid in your bank is $660. The 2 fast start bonuses you earned at the first floor of your business, and the 3 team commissions that you earned from the first floor combined with the second floor. Now, as each of these 4 new team builders are introducing people who want to assemble their own perpetual money machines by the pattern of team builder to team leader, let's add up this pattern so far. So within your first 10 hours, part-time. You found 2 people for your first floor. You earned $420 based on your own 10 part-time hours. So now you have 20 hours working for you from your first floor because they want 20 part-time hours working from them. So from your second floor and your team leader's first floor, you earn $240 based on these 40 part-time hours. So you have those contributing to your team income for a total of $660. And from the third floor, you now have earned another $480 from these 80 part-time hours worked. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. 8 people at 10 hours, 80 hours. So you've been paid $1,140 based on 140 part-time hours. 80 from the third floor, 40 from the second floor, 20 from the first floor, that's a total of 140 hours paid instantly. Why? Because your income is not limited by time here. As a matter of fact, your perpetual money machine only required you to contribute 10 hours yourself. So do you see this as simple math or hype, Kelton? I said simple math, Bob. Bob said the key to this coaching tree is this, Kelton. Always run the play that makes sure it's everybody's intent to build the pattern that assembles the machine, which is team builder to team leader. Two that find two. Simple? I said, Bob, I hated math in school, but this math is simple, it sounds good, and it makes money. Bob said, finally, Kelton, so far we've earned money from the personal sales of any initial product package called a Fast Start bonus. We start to earn recurring income on the first month subscription and continuing subscriptions on those packages, monthly subscriptions. Call them monthly subs. And we see here we're starting to earn passive income called team commissions. He said, okay, Kelton, this chart has 4 columns. The first column on the left shows you these 14 ranks that are relevant for you to understand because they help to explain another way you get paid that I'll show you next. The second column here, these numbers, shows the sales volume points calculated from the side of your coaching tree that has the lesser volume that trigger the instant pay for your team commission when it matches that amount of sales volume points that were from the other side of the tree with the higher volume from the hours worked of other people as you get paid instantly 20% of whatever amount occurs. I said, okay. He said, now this third column shows you how many product packages purchased. Try to say that 3 times fast. On the left team that provide the sales volume points matched with product packages purchased on the right team that provide the sales volume points that it takes to earn those sales volume points. In other words, this triggers that instant pay and the other bonus I'm going to share with you in a minute. So these are how many product packages it would take for the volume. For example, if you want to earn $2,000 a week, that means the rank is called diamond, and you would need 17 pro sales on the left side of your business and 17 pro sales on the right side of your business. You would need 50 video suite packages to get 10,000 in volume, and you would need 250 video email only packages to earn that kind of volume to pay you that $2,000. So what would be a better option? 17 products, 50 products, or 250 products for $2,000 in instant pay? I said, that's pretty much a no-brainer. He said, so this fourth column, Kelton, shows the amount of money paid instantly in team commissions when those points that are powered by the lesser volume leg are calculated by 20% of whatever that amount is. So, do your financial goals require $2,000? Okay, simple. Assemble the machine to produce 3 to 4 pro package team leaders committed to the 7 to 10 hours a week of the input needed for those 2 team builders that find 2 team leaders so that 17 pro packages can be distributed. So it's all about building the machine. Bob said, so Kelton, the key is whatever your income goal is, let's say it's $10,000 a week, maybe it's $10,000 a month. Teach leverage and team income to achieve this product volume you need. Flowing through your business to stay away from the trap of a me income like average people do. I said, okay, Bob, I'll put teaching this chart on my schedule. He said, a smart man has a smart plan. Bob said, okay, Kelton, that volume seems like a lot of work, doesn't it? I said, whew, yes. He said, well, that's only because you are still thinking of a me way of making money. So would it be okay to ask you a question that you should get excited about? I said, sure. He said, ask this question to people and see what kind of response you get. You ready? I said, sure. Kelton, suppose I could show you a way that you can earn on an extra 60 hours of income, but all you would have to do is work with me for just 1.5 hours a day, 10 hours a week. Would that intrigue you to want to know more about it? Then, Kelton, if they ask you any question, you just use the 22 words. They get appointments and presentations 100% of the time, and let the ratio dictate the results. Now, Kelton, let me simplify this for you by what's known as the law of explosive growth and pushing up people. I said, okay, Bob, you got it. See, Kelton, the reason why this volume piles up is because we have built our company in such a manner that the only way you can succeed is by the system pushing up people who want to build their own perpetual money machines by a simple pattern that starts with you. So replicating the pattern of finding 2 people who want more money, more time, more freedom, and more happiness, that find 2 others that want the same as you, working just 1.5 part-time hours a day, which is 10 part-time hours a week, and you introduce people to a top leader like me. We find just 2 people who want to see a plan where they can earn an extra 60 hours of income. Does that make sense? I said, yeah, that makes plenty of sense. He said, Kelton, when that intrigues them enough that they want to know more about it, the process simply repeats itself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and on and on and on amount of times. I said, wow, okay. So the question becomes, if you can find two that find two because they're getting 20 hours of time contributing to their income, guess what you're getting? You're getting 60, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And then you're getting another 60 here, 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 another 60, another 60, another 60, all volume flowing down, all volume flowing down into your bank account. And how am I paying you? Same day pay as it happens. So here's the question, Kelton. For this to occur, would you want explosive growth where two find two every 72 hours, or average growth where two find two once a week? I said, well, 72 hours, that's twice a week, right, Bob? He said, yep. I said, I want explosive growth. He said, a smart man has a smart plan. Bob said, Kelton, I know that from the templates I make for you, the team you're building is for people who want to achieve greatness and live an exceeding, abundant, above all you can ask or think lifestyle, just like God says you can, right? I said, right. So what I do with this bonus is I match the team commissions that you earn as you guys grow by percentages on generations. Wait a minute. You're going to match the team commissions? Yes. Now watch how this works. Now, before I go into that, remember you was telling me how when you first got started with us, LinkedIn acknowledged your profile for being in the top 10% of all their profiles viewed because you were using the video communications products, right? I said, right. He said, well, here's a question. What do they pay you through the coaching work you do through those people? I said, Bob, well, I pay $70 to them to use their features and functionality so I can connect like I need to and do business. So they don't pay me anything. Bob said, okay, after I explain this, tell me what network you think is better to build and what makes a more life changing impact, okay? Since you want to achieve greatness. He said, I want you to look at the ranking achievements, starting with the left column, starting at gold, which is the lowest ranking achievement because it's where everybody starts, all the way down to the highest ranking achievement at the bottom row, Imperial Blue Diamond. Now, look at the black columns up top from left to right, and you'll see 10 generations. Now, Kelton LinkedIn calls these degrees of connections. I said, okay, you're right. He said, so as you look at the first generation, notice that every one of the 14 ranks from gold and every rank in between to Imperial Blue Diamond, you earn 10% of the team commissions that I pay to your personally sponsored associates. Now, This is where you start to earn from their connections, Kelton, something no social media network does. Now, starting at Diamond and every rank in between to Imperial Blue Diamond, you'll start earning 5% from the second generation and third generations. Of the team commissions that I pay to your personally sponsored associates. And starting from Blue Diamond and every rank in between to Imperial Blue Diamond, you'll start earning another 5% on the fourth generation of the team commissions that I pay to your personally sponsored associates. And starting from Grand Blue Diamond and every rank in between to Imperial Blue Diamond, you'll start earning another 5% on the fifth generation of the team commissions that I pay to your personally sponsored associates. And starting from Royal Blue Diamond and every rank in between to Imperial Blue Diamond, you'll start earning another 5% on the sixth generation of the team commissions that I pay to your personally sponsored associates. And starting from Presidential Blue Diamond and the last two ranks down to Imperial Blue Diamond, you'll start earning another 5% on the seventh generation of the team commissions that I pay to your personally sponsored associates. And starting from Ambassador Blue Diamond and the last rank of Imperial Blue Diamond, you'll start earning another 5% on the eighth generation of the team commissions that I pay to your personally sponsored associates. And finally, from Imperial Blue Diamond, you'll start earning another 2.5% on the ninth and the 10th generation of the weekly team commissions that I pay to your personally sponsored associates. So what that means is I'm going to pay you up to 50% mega matching bonuses up to the 10th generation. Bob took a sip of his coffee and he said, by the way, Kelton, do 9 to 5s pay you for inspiring people to do something that helps them achieve more in life, or igniting the fire of motivation within the spirit of people in ways that support their development of their aspirations, or for being a trusted advisor, or imparting skill sets and wisdom keys that build up their knowledge? I said, no. He said, well, you need to get paid for coaching. Think about that. So suppose, Kelton, there is no one that does what we do at Talk Fusion, especially since there are billions of businesses in the world and 50 million new businesses are started each year, and they all need video marketing. Do you think you could have a mindset that thinks, I know more than you, pay me? Valuation in the market when it comes to the number one thing that every person needs to communicate more effectively, frequently, and persistently. I said, I sure could, Bob.